Welcome to another episode of Rewind the Times.
And no leftovers.
Man, we've been watching a lot of horror movies over the weekend. And today we're going to talk about Scream 4. So Scream 4, I remember, man, I was dating my oldest son's mother when it came out. And when I even heard the announcement of Scream 4, I was really, really shocked. Because I thought with the Scream 3, that kind of like ended that trilogy. And Scream 4... man, like they had to come up with a really good idea for this movie, and honestly, this idea was great. But before we start talking about that movie, Colston, stand down now. This is from Gutter Gobs. I love this shirt. Like most shirts I buy, this is the Batman 1989 movie. Man, it's called Dance with the Devil. Good job, Colston. I love these Gutter Gobs shirts. So, Scream 4, pretty much, Nev Campbell, Cindy Prescott, she's on a book tour now. Out of Doc, she wrote a book, and everybody in Woodsboro is different now. Dewey and Gail, they're married, just like real life they were married. Dewey is, I think he's now the sheriff of Woodsboro, and Cindy is doing this press tour about her book, and one of the first stops in her press tour is Woodsboro, and when she comes back to town, killings start happening again. And the kills in this movie, man, there's some really good kills in this movie. You got Anthony Edwards, he plays a cop. Was it Brody? Andrew Brody or oh god, he played in Jennifer's Body.
Yeah.
He's in this movie. He plays the other cop. Man, there are some really good kills in this movie. So basically, at the end of this movie, we find out the killer is
her cousin and Charles.
Charlie. So basically, the killer
and her cousin is named
Jill Roberts. Jill. Yeah, her cousin is Jill Roberts and Charlie. And what I love about this movie is it's played by Emma Roberts, which is awesome. She's in the American Horror Story movies. She's just an awesome actress. But what I love about hers is, first of all, it keeps in the family again. And she doesn't really know about her family. Jill Roberts doesn't know about it, but she wants to be. It's not about killing her. She wants to be Sydney. She wants the fame. She wants the glory. She wants all the attention, all the attraction that Sydney gets.
Because Sydney's been through a lot, and she's like always like being baby, like, "Are you okay?" and stuff, and that's like kind of what she wants.
Yeah, that's what Jill wants. And there's a scene in this movie that is just absolutely nuts.
It's my favorite part.
Which one?
When she's trying to cover herself.
Yeah.
So I had a favorite part where it showed because she stabbed Sydney, and Sydney was like pretending to be hurt. I mean, she was, but like she was pretending she was dead. And then Jill kept like hurting herself, grabbing Trevor's hand and just scratching herself in the face.
Rips her hair out, dude. She's like a psychopath.
Stabs herself in the chest and like puts the knife with the blood on it near Trevor, so it acts like Trevor.
Well, she puts the knife near the wall and she like rams it into her shoulder.
She keeps acting like a psycho.
She jumps on glass. She throws her head. She throws her head into a picture frame. She takes the knife. She puts it up to her shoulder and she rams it. And then she takes the knife and she cleans it off. Excuse me, guys. She cleans it off and she gives it to Trevor. I mean, dude, she's like a psychopath in this film. But there's a really cool scene in this movie is because as they're doing the kills, so one thing that's really cool about this movie is it's kind of revolutionary is as they're doing the kills, they're recording them and then uploading them to like live to the internet. So the kills are
it's pretty much making his own movie.
Yeah, so the kills are becoming like live, which is really, really awesome. But there's a scene in the movie where they go to this barn and they call it Stab Fest.
Stabathon.
Stabathon. And they play all the stab movies. And Gail goes there. Because Gail is, her character in this movie, she's kind of searching for what her purpose is. You know, she's the
morning cast or something.
She's trying to find her place. You know, because in this small town of Woodsboro, Dewey's the cop, so he has his own place.
Or
sheriff. I feel like I want to yawn here. Dewey is a sheriff, so he has his own place in this. And Gail she's a local news reporter, and you know, there's really not a lot to report in this town because it's so small. So she's trying to find her purpose. You know, she just sees that Sydney writes a book, so she wants to try to write a book, and she can't write a book. But the one thing she's really good at, she's good at solving murders. She's good at solving the crime. So sorry, guys. Oh God. So she says, she says to Dewey, she's like, I've done this before. Me and you, we've done this together. And there's a scene where she goes to the Stabathon, and Ghostface stabs her in the shoulder. And Ghostface gets away, and Dewey goes in and saves her.
That's one of the parts I like, because she's trying to set cameras, and Ghostface covers all of them. So she went back in the barn. She saw a camera that those cameras that you can move up and down. I think it was one of those VTech cameras, and it was watching her. Yeah. And then Dewey went to the cars, and because Dewey went to her car and looked at the cameras because she picked it up, and then she saw Ghostface. And that's when she got stabbed in the shoulder. I like that. Yeah,
that's actually a really, really cool scene. So Ghostface stabs her, and then all of a sudden, Dewey goes in and saves her, saves Gale, shoots Ghostface, but Ghostface takes off. So they're in the hospital. After Jill just did all that stuff to her, Charlie is announced as the second killer. Charlie gets killed by Jill, which is nuts, because Jill's like, no, I'm not sharing the spotlight with you. You're gonna help me, but I'm not gonna share the spotlight with you. So she kills Charlie.
This one of the parts that Joe did, because when she said this, it made sense to Dewey, because Dewey went in the room to check on Joe. And she got stabbed in the shoulder, which is the same spot that Gale got stabbed. Yeah. So Joe's talking to Dewey and saying, we might be twins, making a book because they both got stabbed in the shoulder. So Dewey went to tell her that, and then Gale also said, how does she know that I got stabbed in the shoulder? So that's when they knew.
That's when Dewey was like, wait a minute, we'll put two and two together, and he runs back to the room, and Jill's on her way to Sydney, on her way to attack Sydney, and it's pretty cool how she kills her. She takes the things that they put on your chest to go defibrillators.
Yeah,
it was Claire, and he puts it on her head, and Claire, and he kills her.
Oh yeah, because that was Gale's last word. Because she said, "What's your last word?" And she said, "Clear."
Yeah, and she said Claire, and then she says, "Yep, Claire," and then Sydney puts it on her head and kills her. So she kills her own cousin. And honestly, I thought after Scream,
just like she killed her own brother.
Well, yeah, she killed Roman. Yeah, she killed her own brother. Yeah. But after Scream 4, I didn't think there'd be another Scream style of it. But there is. I didn't think. But they do make another Scream movie, but they go in a different direction with the Carpenter sisters. And we're actually going to talk about that video next. So, Colston, out of this movie, what was your favorite kill? Well, first of all, what would you rate this movie 1 out of 10?
8.
Yeah. Scream 4 was awesome. It was actually very, very good. It was very revolutionary at the time. 8. Yeah, I'd give it an 8.5, 8. I love this movie. It's actually really, really good. I worry sometimes when they make more movies if they're going to milk it, but they did a really good job. This was a really good movie. All right, what's your favorite kill in the movie?
Probably Jill's. I like that one.
I like Olivia. Olivia's the friend that's next door.
Yeah, Olivia's kills really
good. They call Kirby up. The killer calls Kirby, and he's like, I'm in your closet. And Kirby's like, no, you're not.
And then the killer said, how do you know I'm in your closet?
No, the killer goes, I didn't say I was in your closet. Oh. And then she pops out of Olivia's closet and starts killing her.
And when it shows her,
oh, dude, her intestines are hanging out. Yeah. Oh, dude, it's disgusting. Her intestines hanging out. Yeah, Olivia gets messed up. And who does that killer is Charlie. It's after when you watch a movie for a while, you can tell who the killer is.
Because Jill was with Kirby.
Yeah, because Jill was with Kirby. So that's my favorite kill. What's your favorite kill?
Jill's.
Jill kills. Okay. I think they made a NECA figure. Would you get it?
Yes, because they did make a Scream 4.
They actually made a Scream 4 NECA figure, and I do want to pick it up. I don't have it yet. So, all right, cool. No, that's not the one for it. That's Scream 1.
Oh.
So yeah, Scream 4 is a little different. I don't know why. I think it comes with different accessories, but it actually says Scream 4. It's different. Alright guys, so we're going to let you go. We're going to come back and make another video in a little bit. We're going to eat first. Then we're going to do another video. I think we're going to talk about either Scream 5 or The Faculty.
Oh, I want to do Scream 5 because I want to see my favorite kill.
Okay, we'll talk about that one. Alright guys, we'll be back a little bit later. So everybody, God, trust, and family, and all the fathers out there, happy Father's Day.
I was just about to say that.
Happy Father's Day.
Make sure you like and subscribe.
And take care guys. Peace.
Deuces.